So this week on Foods with Flavor, we're going to be making foam salt margaritas. So today we're going to be making foam salt margaritas. And so really the only difference here between a traditional margarita and this is foam salt. Basically we're going to take water and we're going to put an egg white substitute in the water. We're going to add a whole bunch of salt and we're going to whip that. And it's going to foam just like an egg white would foam if you whip just an egg white. And then we're going to put that inside the margarita. So we're going to make margaritas from scratch if you don't have a mix. So here's how you can make a margarita without a mix. You're making one margarita. So if you need to make more than one, you can just double, triple this recipe and it will simply work out like that. So first thing we're going to do is take a lime here and I'm going to cut that in half. And we're going to use this juicer. This juicer is a little bit small, so it takes a couple times to get it. So get that in here, spin that around. And around again. Alright. So that's half. Get the other half here. So we're just going to juice both of these limes together. And you can make a margarita really as sweet or as sour as you want. There's no real recipe. If you have your own recipe, go ahead. So I'm going to take this 1 ounce of lime juice and I'm going to add that. I'm actually going to cut another lime in half and juice that one as well. So 1.5 limes. The juice of 1.5 limes, and we will spin this up around. So this is obviously something you could do beforehand, so you're not sitting there every 5 minutes trying to juice a lime because they can take a while. If you have a better lime juicer, that can help as well. So we'll add that. So the next thing we're going to do is take these little oranges, these little clementines, and this one is pretty sad, so there's not much juice in it. It's been sitting around. We might have to try a different one. But basically what we're looking for is a full ounce of this. So we'll cut this one in half. Yeah, much better. This one's good. You can use a normal orange if you like. There's no real great recipe. Definitely don't use orange juice. It's too sour. This is much sweet and better. All right. So we have the juice. We're going to add that. The next thing that we're going to add is actually a simple syrup. And so if you've never made simple syrup, it's really simple. All you have to do is take equal parts of sugar and water, any amount, it doesn't matter, and then you just heat that up until they incorporate. So we're going to add 1 ounce of simple syrup, pour that into our cup. Then we're going to take 1 ounce here of a good quality tequila. If you like less or more, you can add less or more, it's really up to you. And then we will add that. I like Cointreau. You could use triple sec, Grand Marnier. Cointreau is my favorite, so we're going to add that. And we're going to add about 3/4 ounce of that to the mixture. Literally a teeny little pinch of salt. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is, because this margarita is actually going to be have no ice, we're just going to add some ice here. kind of chill it down. We'll add the top. And bring our glass over here. And I'm just going to shake this for about 15 or 30 seconds. Get it nice and chilled. And pour this into the glass. And this is the margarita. So we will just take this and pour that into our glass. And that is the first part of how to make a homemade margarita. So the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to clear this off. I'll come right back and I'll show you how to make the foam salt. Alright, so what I'm going to show you now is how to make the foam salt. It's really easy, and what's cool about this is you can get it ready ahead of time. When you want the foam salt, you can just whip it and you're good to go. And so it lasts. You can keep whipping it and whipping it and whipping it over time. So what we've started out with here is a glass, and I filled it up with 1.5 cups of water. And inside that water, we've added, I'm not even sure how to say it. That's what it is. Soy, I call it Soy Lecithin, but I think it's called Soy Lecithin. If anybody knows how to say it, feel free to let me know. But we're looking for the Soy Lecithin granules. And there's a couple companies that make it. I got this one at GNC. And so if you open it up, I'll pour this out and let you see. They just look like little granules. And basically what they are is egg whites. So we'll stick that in there. So I took this and added about a heaping teaspoon of the soy granules into the water, and I've let them dissolve. So that's why it's kind of this opaque color at this point. The next thing we're going to do is I've got this big giant spoon, and we're going to take kosher salt. And so I've got 1 and 2 heaping teaspoons of kosher salt. I'll just stick this over here on the side and we'll mix that up. And that is basically it. So now the trick here, let me grab my mixer down here, is I'm just going to use this. You can also use a blender, and we're going to whip this. It might splay around a little bit. It's nothing I care about. So we'll just sit there and we're going to whip this up. You can see, just like a normal egg white, it's going to become fluffy. And then once we got that, we should be good to go. We'll just let it go here. You can see it's starting to foam already. Alright, so we'll take this, you set this back here. I'm just going to kind of take this. So if you notice, we've got some nice foam. I'll slide this over, and we're just going to take this foam that we scoop off the top and add that to our margarita. Might have to make a little bit more. So I think I want more. And you can just keep whipping this and whipping this and whipping this. You're just beating air into it. And so we got a little bit more. That's a lot better. And there you have it. So instead of having to put the salt around the thing, salt's actually in the foam. So now we have our margarita on the bottom and foam salt on the top. And there's no way to not drink that and get salt in your mouth. It's absolutely delicious. So I'm adding some foam here. You can see I really whipped this. It becomes actually really stiff if you spend more time whipping it. So if you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave those below. If there's anything you'd like to see me make, leave that below as well. So hope you have enjoyed this recipe, and we'll see you next week. Don't forget to subscribe, follow me on social media, and click on the link below to see a recommended video.